Good afternoon and welcome. This is Agenda Kenya channel. So this channel brings you various topics and discussions concerning the leadership and the governance in this nation of Kenya. I am your host, Erin Etun, and today I have a guest by the name Sam. So welcome, Bwana Sam. Karibu sana.
Karibu.
Yes, who is Sam?
Sam, good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Sam is an ordinary Kenyan,
Mm-hmm.
languishing in poverty
Mm-hmm.
as a result of a poor governance and the poor leadership
Okay, so hold on, Sam.
from the previous government
From the previous government. So
up to now,
up to now,
this regime.
you must have been one of the distressed Kenyans
Yes,
in this leadership.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so we shall be coming there, Mr. Sam.
Yes.
So as for now, so how do you see the leadership and the governance in this nation of Kenya?
As the
In
majority,
general, yeah.
as the majority of the politicians in the contest
Mm-hmm.
as take from 2017,
Mm-hmm.
majority they did what we call a commercial politics
Mm-hmm.
without knowing
Mm-hmm.
they've got something to deliver to their people.
Mr. Sam, as you say commercial politics, I'm not getting you there. So can you kindly elaborate what is commercial politics?
When I talk of commercial politics, is any politician
Mm-hmm.
who contests a seat and cut it,
Mm-hmm.
and let's take for instance,
Mm-hmm.
he gave out money a lot
Mm-hmm.
to acquire the seat, and now it is time for him to reap
Mm-hmm.
or to harvest
Mm-hmm.
without delivering the work he promised to his people or to the voters,
Mm-hmm.
that I'll do this
Mhm.
and this.
So you mean commercial politics actually deals with what's called wealth acquisition, that when you are in power, you are just about yourself, just
to
want
accumulate and protect what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got what we call a suffocation. When I talk of a suffocation,
Mm-hmm.
is somebody who contests for a seat
Mm-hmm.
with a proper idea
Mm-hmm.
to help people
Mm-hmm.
or to make the people
Mm-hmm.
get access to the better service.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
mm-hmm.
when you compare that one,
Mm-hmm.
but in Kenya, most of the politicians whom they were supposed to give out a good leadership and governance, they are purely corrupt.
So you mean that let's start with the first one. That is commercial politics deals with what's called wealth acquisition.
Yeah.
And then you said a suffocation. Deals with what we call service delivery to mwananchi. So can you hold on there as a voter? Do current leadership really meet your expectations?
No, they didn't.
So can you kindly elaborate or give us or highlight for us some of your expectations as a voter? Because I know I can say that you voted in 2013 and even in 2017. So what were some of your expectations as a voter, which actually was not met by the current leadership?
Currently, we are in 21st century, of which we were not expecting any Kenyan to be still crying of cause of anger. And only that can be achieved by a politician who do a suffocation, service to humanity. You are there.
Yes.
You are chairing a national cake. But your responsibility is to deliver and to ensure you meet the expectation of the person who voted for you. Take for example, there are people still crying for anger. There are people still lacking for water. There are people still
Maybe access to infrastructure,
not
like
access
hospitals.
to hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And these people in this 21st century, they were supposed to be having what we call water primary level
Mm-hmm.
and improve the agriculture sector,
Mm-hmm.
set up a factories.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, by the way, by setting up a factories,
Mm-hmm.
you need to identify the raw material available on your locality.
And areas of
And by doing so,
Mm.
you will enhance more people to jobs.
Okay, good.
And also, you need to look for not only a donors, but you just look for other people from maybe from outside your county or this country who can come and invest so that your people can get opportunity.
Yeah.
And the foreigner or the person from the outside will own the factory.
Okay.
Also, the government will get the revenue, and your people will stop relying for you.
Yeah. Because actually, as we talk currently in Kenya, we have a lot of challenges. Each and every year after elections, you get Kenyans crying and blaming politicians, blaming the leaders. So maybe as you, what are you advising people to be looking at when electing leaders, so that each and every time after elections we don't get people crying that this politician is not delivering, this one is as a vocation, you say the other one was what? Was for wealth. So what are some of the key things which Kenya should be looking into when electing a leader?
First of all, being a voter, first of all, you need to stop being manipulated in any way. That you should understand that there is tomorrow.
Yes.
You should understand that you are a father and your child need a future. And therefore, you must look for somebody who has a proper plan, ideologist, not as somebody who can come and say, I'll employ you. Then you need to caution him. In which way? If you are not willing to set up a factory, would you willing to employ everybody?
Absolutely no. No.
If you cannot make to place what we call infrastructure, access of the road, access of water, access of hospital, access of a market, how are you going to employ people?
So as we
and
talk,
by doing that,
yes,
you have stopped a person who wants to bribe you by using his money to secure your vote.
Yeah.
You better. I'm not cautioning for you to eat his money, but you need to pocket the money. But keep in mind, is this person really have an idea of tomorrow?
Very true.
And those are the things which most Kenyans don't even understand. You are being manipulated by maybe 2,000 or 1,000.
1,500, 530,
Yeah.
527.
And after voting him, you will no longer see him for 5 years.
Very true. As we talk, actually, youth are the main victims.
Yeah.
So even as we talk now, youth are the most people who are actually manipulated by this money. You can get the youth that they are following maybe a politician just because they've been given some promises of job. They are given 527 so that they just go in that direction. And then at the end of the day, because youth are actually of a large number, they consist of the largest number of the voters in Kenya. So you can get them that they can really take people to the wrong direction. So what can you tell the youth on their role, or what can you advise the youth?
I myself, as a youth, right now, I know my future rely on the things that I put in place. First of all, you need during the voting day, what I can emphasize is that you must wake up so that you can choose a better leader.
Very true.
Or to remove the bad one.
Yeah.
Number two, you must understand that this kind of a person whom I'm voting for, is he a person who is willing to make my boy tomorrow to have a family, or a boy and girl to have a family? And as a result of doing that, we will get a good governance. We will get a good leadership.
Yeah. So I know 2022 is around the corner, some few months to 2022. So, and I know that already we have the politicians flooding the ground. And each and every day, as we look at the news, as we watch the news, as we get people every time we get the politicians are all over around. They are giving all their money. They are attending Arambes as nothing else. So, what can you tell our people come 2022? How are they going to actually choose the leaders who are going to meet the expectation? Because from a point of view, I can see that on your side, the current leadership is not up to your expectation. And I hope you don't want to mess it again. I know 2022 you want to get it right. So now, what are you going to do it in 2022 differently from maybe what you did in 2017 and 2013 as a youth?
I myself and I'll encourage all youth to participate in voting.
Good.
But before, you should not vote for what we call a cocoon tribalistic. When I mean so, you should not choose somebody or vote for somebody because of your tribe, come from your mother tongue. Does he willing even to improve the life of many? We are not alone in this Kenya. We've got so many tribes, and nobody choose to be a Cube, or to be a Luya, or Turkana,
or even a Kalenjin.
We've got an equal right, and we all of us enjoy the freedom and the fundamental on our current constitution.
Okay, good. So yes,
you should also elect somebody based on manifesto.
Good. So you are saying that manifesto actually plays a very big role when it comes to
this. Of course.
So, but the challenge
somebody
is that
who has a plan
but the
to take this nation.
But the challenge still is still here. How can you get someone's manifesto? Because most of them, they just come to the field, they just sing kura kwa nani, and they just go, and then it reaches the voting day without us seeing any manifesto. They just say on the mouth. Is what they are saying on the mouth the manifesto, or they should come up with the written one, which actually should be distributed to the people at the grassroots, so that people can look at it and then go through it, and then they see if they can actually meet the expectation. What can you say about the
as far as I'm concerned as a voter? I'm not going that you are guaranteed to get a good leader. But what I know is that once you are looking for a good person who can deliver, it's not a guarantee to say a lot, but a person who has a manifesto can say 3 things in his manifesto, not 20 or 30. Because you cannot make to implement all of them. And for you to implement it, you must be having money. So you need to be also very keen on that.
Okay.
Somebody who can talk of something which are viable. You cannot tell us that I'll make all people in Kenya to fly to moon, of which it is impossible. We are looking for somebody who can say that. For my agenda, to make this Kenya better than the way it is before, or it was before, I'm going to set up a factory to manufacture fertilizer here,
Good.
which it is viable. You just import the raw material, then just manufacture here.
And then we'll have a lot of jobs, and then we'll have also the money circulation in the economy.
Yeah. There's no need for us to keep importing like fertilizer from all the way from Saudi Arabia or whatever, you know.
Good.
And some other things. We need a person who can limit the amount which members of parliament usually hand slightly and put it in hospital, you know, NHIF, so that to avoid these arambes, you know.
Yeah, very true. So as we talk now, Kenya has got a lot of challenges we are facing.
Yeah.
So can you,
As a result of corruption,
so you are saying that the biggest challenge
is corruption. If you elect somebody, he goes there and loot everything, because he gave out money. And if we are going to elect a person even without even giving any coin, and tell him that we've entrusted you with the money, huge money, are you going to deliver? If he is in a position to answer, then we will try. I'm not going saying he will.
So I think because of time, we are going to hold on there. So in our next discussion, we are going to discuss on matters corruption, because that is a topic of its own, and it's one of the challenges, we can say, the monsters we have in Kenya. So now, as we wind up, can you check the camera and then you can tell something our viewers as we wind up?
Oh, thank you for having me online. Pleasure to be with you on air. I look forward to encourage my fellow Kenyan who is a voter to come out strongly. The way of winding up corruption is to vote that person on the current government out, so that we will put other people whom they are willing to serve and deliver and be contented on the amount that been given by the government. Nobody is earning less, but you just want to acquire wealth overnight, and that one is impossible. And we cannot live in Kenya whereby 20 billionaires and 100 millions still in darkness of a poverty. And some are still not only able to raise 20 bob per day. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think that is a very strong message you are giving to us Kenyans. So we are looking forward to having you here next time, Mr. Sam. We shall be having more and more other discussions. So I think this is just by the start, but we shall be here. So keep tuned and also subscribe to our channel, so that each and every time we are going to post such very powerful discussions, for the sake of you, my viewers, we shall be getting the alerts. So thank you. You can have a good evening.